exhausted, tired, down in the dumps. You can't pull yourself out of bed. You can't wait for the working week to get over. You're feeling tired all the time. Your appetite has gone for a toss. These are symptoms of chronic stress. Undoubtedly, stress is the culprit. In this week's episode of Health 360, we are decoding stress and also offering you solutions. I'm Sneha Mordani. This week, Health 360 is collaborating with the India Today magazine to bring you this story on stress. We decode stress. We talk about what are the reasons for stress and what exactly is it doing to our bodies. Stress is turning our lives upside down. Take a look.
Sharp stabbing pain at the back of neck, constant headache, excessive sleepiness. Many of us are only starting to discover what stress is doing to our bodies. Yet people do not recognize stress as a problem until it begins to tell on them.
When there is more than the normal tolerable stress, then all these factors, high cholesterol, high sugar which is produced, high blood pressure, increased heart rate, and the spasm of the arteries of the heart also lay a foundation for developing heart blockages.
Doctors say the curtains have scarcely come down on the COVID pandemic, then India seems to be in the grip of another epidemic, a silent one at that, brought on by stress. In a survey of 10,000 Indians conducted in December 2020 by the Center of Healing, a mental health service platform based in Delhi, 74% of the respondents reported stress and 88% anxiety. Nearly 70% of the therapists surveyed documented an increase in the number of patient visits. 55% said there had been an increase in first-time clients after the pandemic. Stress is no stranger to humankind. It is perhaps as old as existence itself. The human body is primed both to recognize it and to deal with it through a combination of responses that make up what is called the flee or fight mechanism. It is the overreaction to stress where things start to go wrong.
Small amount of stress is very good to keep you motivated, to keep trying to achieve things which make you happy. But then beyond that, stress always brings down your performance, prevents you from enjoying life. Find a balance between your work and your personal life. Then the second thing is you should always plan some short vacations in the year and some good long vacations where you're out with your family. Third is that indulging in sports activities is a great stress buster. It gives you exercise as well as a mental relaxation.
What then is the science behind stress? When the brain senses a stressor, be it physical danger, the boss yelling at you, a piece of bad news, or just everyday stress, it sets off a series of well-orchestrated physiological reactions. On receipt of the emergency signal, the adrenal glands send out reinforcements in the form of the steroidal hormone cortisol. Cortisol in turn activates the body's sympathetic nervous system, causing the heart to race, the pulse and blood pressure to shoot up, and the breath to become faster. More oxygen and glucose are released in the brain and the bloodstream, providing the body the burst of energy it needs to combat stress. The problem arises when stress becomes a chronic condition and there's too much cortisol in the body, wherein the slightest of stressful situations, say a traffic jam, triggers its secretion.
Small amounts of cortisol, when secreted in responses to stress, are actually good for our body, for our brain, for our overall health. However, when such releases, such outbursts of cortisol happen frequently, the result is slow damage to certain areas of our brain.
The WHO says Stress is the health epidemic of the 21st century. While stress may not be a disease with specific causes or symptoms, it wreaks sufficient havoc on the body's organs over time to become life-threatening.
The response of stress is seen as a reflection in low levels of testosterone or estrogen in our system. Under stress, significant hormonal changes take place, and apart from hormonal changes, we also see significant changes in neurochemicals.
A study published in the Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine in September 2002 found that pranayama led to an overall reduction in stress. Doctors say the relaxation could be a result of more oxygen reaching the brain and body through concentrated and mindful breathing.
Pranayama is really a one-stop shop for relieving stress. It is so simple. And the best pranayama to do and the simplest pranayama to do is the Anulom Vilom, or the alternate nostril breathing. It is the simplest but also the most powerful pranayama.
With Sneha Mordani and Sonali Acharji in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
How does stress impact your body and your mind? Remember, it's not just your mind, but different organs of your body that get adversely impacted by stress. First, let's talk about the brain. Stress, in fact, raises cortisol levels in the body, and that's how it impacts the brain. Also, it can kill brain cells, is what experts have been saying. It reduces the size of the brain as well. It has an adverse impact on the heart, and that's the reason why experts believe there is a rise in heart ailments. It damages the coronary arteries. It also raises the blood pressure. Also triggers a rise in cholesterol, and that's how the heart is impacted. Insomnia, it's no secret that if you're stressed, you find it difficult to fall asleep and have good quality deep sleep. Hormonal health, this is what most experts are talking about right now. It just sends your hormones into a tizzy, low infertility and sex drive. All of this is because of stress. Nutrition, it impacts nutrition because you either end up eating way too much or you have difficulty in having the right kind of food at the right time. Also, cancer, this is a big impact, a big fallout of stress in our body. Stress raises the dormant cancer cells, making them active. Muscles, it reduces muscular mass and also leads to loss of bone density. Why are Indians so stressed? Look at the figures. 74% of the 10,000 Indians surveyed said that they were stressed. 88% of them said they were feeling anxious. The Japanese concept of Shinrin Yoku, or forest bathing, also called forest therapy, is a simple act of connecting with nature. If you feel stressed all the time, then this report is for you. This report is going to transform you into a world of peace and calm through the simple act of forest therapy. Take a look. When was the last time you spent time looking at wide branches of trees and the beautiful rays of the sun seep through them? Or walk barefoot on the grass, absorb the energies it brings. Sit under a tree and draw a picture of what you saw around you. Enjoy the calm of nature around you. Indulge in forest therapy.
Shinrin Yoku is literally translates to forest bathing. It is a concept which began in Japan in the 1980s, when there was a tech boom. And it went to the West later on, and then the Westerners called it forest therapy, forest bathing, nature therapy in their own way, where they did forest walks in a place where one could just immerse themselves in a natural setting.
Deepika, a forest therapy guide, has been leading these men and women into the greener spaces our cities can find to help them get in touch with themselves.
If you look at our own Indian culture, the Gurukul times when children grew up in Gurukul systems, you know. So I realized that we all are part of nature. Being natural beings, it's in our DNA. कहीं ना कहीं वो disconnect आ गया, हम सब थोड़ी दूर चले गए. In cities, हम लोग बस we are in a different situation or setup where we spend less time in nature and more time doing things indoors now.
Shinrin Yoku could be connecting with a leaf, hugging the tree, or enjoying the feel of the wet grass on the soles of your feet.
Even if you're going for your morning walks or walk in nature, your mind is elsewhere. It's not there present. Whole idea of this concept is कि आप जब nature में निकलो, हफ्ते में एक दिन 2 घंटे के लिए भी निकलो, लेकिन एकदम वहाँ पे आप अपने आप को उस समय महसूस करिए. With our 5 senses, you know, क्या feel हो रहा है, क्या खुशबुएं हैं, क्या sounds हैं, चिड़ियों की आवाज़ सुने, हर चीज़ को महसूस करें.
While our cooped up lives in cities do not allow us to do what we are naturally meant to do, live with nature, in nature, forest bathing allows this opportunity, and it has a world of benefits.
हमें सूदिंग लगता है, कामनेस आती है, स्ट्रेस हार्मोन्स गो डाउन एंड ब्लड प्रेशर इज़ मोर रेगुलेटेड. और पीपल जिसको इंसोम्निया की प्रॉब्लम है और पीपल हु हैव से इन्फ्लेमेशंस इन द बॉडी, जब आप बेयरफुट वॉक करते हो, इट रियली हेल्प्स विद ऑल दोज डिजीजेस.
Boxed in city life, endless scrolling and clicking on devices, living in urban jungles has drained us out. A forest bath, even once a week, works like magic.
For me, the experience is always very calming. I need it also because I'm constantly either around screens for my business or, I'm dealing with parents. I'm constantly on the phone. So it's very calming, and I have this tool that I can use anytime that I'm, feeling stressed. So I really enjoy it.
When you close your eyes, you can just feel the air touching your face, hands, and then you can also imagine closing your eyes, the birds are there, you can all see like the trees are here, you can just feel the energy here. So when you open your eyes, you can like look this world like the change, because you feel something in like last 2 minutes. That's what I.
आजकल बहुत सेंसिटिव किड्स हो गए हैं बिकॉज पेरेंट्स आर लाइक मिट्टी से नहीं, हैंड सैनिटाइज करो, सफाई करो तुरंत. वी डोंट अलाउ देम टू प्ले. लेकिन वो नेचर कनेक्शन होना चाहिए. खेलने दें मिट्टी में. वो माइक्रोब्स आर बेनिफिशियल. इट इम्प्रूव्स द इम्यूनिटी ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन ऑल्सो. तो एवरीथिंग वी नीड दैट कनेक्शन विथ नेचर. इट्स इसेंशियल पार्ट ऑफ आवर लिविंग. इट्स इन आवर DNA and our body requires it, and it's a form of preventive medicine. अगर आप देखें तो all this जो हमारे पेड़ हैं, कुछ पेड़ एक एरोसोल छोड़ती है हवा में. अगर हम उसको सांस लेते हैं तो that helps us fight cancer also. So there's a lot of good things in the environment. जब हम उसको we take it in some way or the other.
The next time you go to a doctor and your medical prescription reads walking, don't be surprised. World over, there is enough research and more to prove the benefits of this very simple exercise. It is being touted as a wonder drug. We'll tell you why. Brisk when you want to, pick up the pace if you like, slow down if you wish to. Well, as you can see, I am doing a very simple form of exercise. It is walking, and there are many hidden benefits of walking. I'm here to tell you about all the hidden benefits of walking today. Does the sight of this overwhelm you? Are you always running out of time and can't make time to go to a gym? Do you feel worried about not getting any physical activity? Then don't, because walking even for a few minutes a day can go a long way in doing wonders for your health.
It affects our heart, it affects our liver, it affects our blood pressure, it affects our muscles, it affects our bone, it affects our brain, it affects our coordination, it affects our psyche. Walking releases endorphins, which are mood elevators. So really speaking, if you are walking every day, you are really living, otherwise you're not living at all.
The benefits of walking are many, and it goes beyond getting in some physical activity in. To start with, this is a great way to boost your mental health.
If you're looking to benefit from how you can cope effectively with the situations, the stresses that you have in your life, integrating an activity like walking can be also extremely helpful.
Just 30 minutes every single day can increase cardiovascular fitness, strengthen bones, reduce excess body fat, and boost muscle power and endurance. It can also reduce your risk of developing conditions such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, and some cancers. Don't have 30 minutes to walk, even 10 will do.
In fact, even when you're at home, a lot of times you'll find yourself sitting on a couch or lying down in your bed, not really moving about. And in fact, if you can integrate even an activity like walking for just about 10 minutes in your day, it can have immense benefits for your mental well-being.
Walking also helps in improving sleep, in dealing with insomnia. Studies show it reduces the risk of coronary heart disease as well. 30 minutes of walk or 10,000 steps a day. No matter what your goals are, no matter where you are, it doesn't really have to be the lovely Lodi Gardens where I am right now. It can be around your home, it can be around your office. All that you really need is your 2 feet and your willingness to get onto your feet to do this very simple no frills exercise that works wonders. How should you be handling stress? First of all, trick your mind and your body into believing that stress is this much and not this much. Essentially, you have to train your mind into thinking positive. Find an empathy buddy to talk to open up with. Also, celebrate yourself. Meditation and pranayam also go a long way in dealing with stress, so try these things out. Also, alternate therapies like flower therapy and Reiki must be tried. How do you recognize stress? Understand your body and mind. Too much sleepiness, wanting to eat a lot, or just not wanting to eat. Down in the dumps all the time. Unable to enjoy your relationships, difficulty in concentrating at work. All of these are signs of stress. It is on you to discover yourself, to understand what makes you stress-free. It could be the simple act of watering your plants or even meditation for that matter. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Health 360, found it informative and most importantly, relatable. Thank you so much for watching.